Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another segment here at Hide and Seek Media. Today we're going to be talking about Sleepy Joe and him quietly doing away with a executive order that President Trump did. Of course, he's doing away with all of them, but this one in particular was to help curb China's influence in our schools. And Trump put this proposed this rule to try to curb China's influence, and Joe Biden is just gonna do away with it with no explanation as to why. So we're gonna get into this. This is an article from the Daily Caller, and it'll be linked in the description below. But here, let's check it out. Alright, Biden administration quietly drops Trump proposal to track Chinese influence in U.S. schools. Right. So the Biden administration quietly withdrew a rule proposed by the Trump administration that would have required American schools and universities to disclose their partnerships with Confucius Institute, which some U.S. officials allege are front groups for Chinese Communist Party propaganda. Okay, so the way this article, writes it out, they're being legitimately, trying to be fair and, say allege that they're front groups for the Chinese Communist Party. But we already know that there have been, a number of college professors who have been arrested for having ties and accepting money from China while working at U.S. colleges. So, there is some reason to be worried about this. All right, but let's continue reading. The Trump administration submitted a proposed rule to the Department of Homeland Security on December 31st, 2020, entitled Establishing Requirement for Student and Exchange Visitor Program Certified Schools to Disclose Agreements with Confucius Institutes and Classrooms. Around 500 K-12 schools and 65 colleges in the U.S. have partnerships with the Confucius Institute U.S. Center, a U.S.-based affiliate of the Beijing-based Confucius Institute headquarters. The institute is also known as Hanban. The institute, also known as Hanban, is affiliated with the Chinese Ministry of Education. So there is legitimate reason to be worried here because, they have ties to the Chinese Ministry of Education and they have ties to the Communist Party. Many of Hanban's directors are members of the Chinese Communist Party or have close ties to the organization. Okay, so what Sleepy Joe is doing is he's doing away with that so that they can continue to influence our schools and go unchecked while doing it. The Trump-era proposal was withdrawn from consideration on January 26, according to information at reginfo.gov, the website for the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs, or OIRA, which operates under the Office of Management and Budget and the White House. Okay, so this was all done under Sleepy Joe here. The OIRA website does not provide any other information about the proposal or why it was tabled. The website does say that at any point in the review process of a proposed rule, an agency may withdraw its rule from review and choose not to move forward with it or to resubmit it after further consideration. Alright, so basically what it's saying is, now that Trump is gone, they can just pull this rule down and it don't really matter. Right? A spokesperson for ICE confirmed that the rule was withdrawn on the 26th. The spokesperson did not elaborate on the reason why or for withdrawing the rule and declined to speculate whether the Biden administration would resubmit it. He knows they're not going to, but he can't say that, right? Because he don't want to lose his job. ICE does not speculate about further pre-decisional proposed rules or policies, a spokesman told the Daily Caller News Foundation. Alright, so President Joe Biden has pledged to review and potentially nullify many of President Trump's executive orders, particularly those related to immigration rules or issues which fall under the control of DHS. right? So, as of today, Sleepy Joe has signed 52 executive orders and moratoriums or whatever. 52 executive orders and actions since taking office 20 days ago. Okay, today is February 9th. So, 20 days ago, 52 executive orders in 20 days. Okay? Axios reported on January 11th that the Trump administration was trying to push through a rule that would require colleges and K-12 schools to disclose any financial ties to Confucius Institutes. Yeah, we want to know if you got ties to communist China. The story noted that Biden could quickly undo the rule once he took office. In August, the Trump administration labeled the Confucius Institute's U.S. Center a foreign mission of the Chinese Communist Party, a designation typically used for foreign embassies and consulates. The Foreign Missions Act applies to entities that are substantially owned or effectively controlled by a foreign government. Okay. That makes sense to me. Trump administration officials said that the Chinese government used the Confucius Institutes as part of its propaganda and influence efforts in the U.S. That makes sense. Influence the people at the educational level, and then and if you do it young enough, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, look at all these young millennial kids who believe that communism and socialism is the way to go, right? Why? Because they've been told that, and it's been pounded into their heads in the school systems. And it's because of crap like this. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, who spearheaded many of the Trump administration's China initiatives, said on August 13th that the Confucius Institute was an entity controlled by the PRC that advances Beijing's global propaganda and malign influence campaign on U.S. campuses and K-12 classrooms. The Confucius Institute U.S. did not immediately respond to a request for comment. So they had nothing to say. So they couldn't even stand up and defend themselves after all this was going down. So to me, if you have no comment, you're hiding something. Okay? Whether it be that you don't want the truth to come out, or that maybe you're afraid of the optics of the truth. Whatever the case may be, when you say no comment, you're hiding something. Plain and simple. Or when you provide no comment when asked, you have something to hide. That's just all there is to it. And this is just another step that Sleepy Joe and his administration are taking to nullify everything that President Trump did. It doesn't even matter whether it's good for the country or not, okay? What President Trump did here was good for the country. And Joe Biden just decided, nope, because Trump did it, we got to take it away. And that's how this presidency is going to go. He's going to be so focused on the first year of doing away with everything that Trump did, he's not going to pay attention to the fact that he is ruining this country. In the first 20 days, he signed 52 executive orders and actions, and he's killed thousands of jobs. Okay, thousands of jobs with no replacement jobs on the horizon. Okay, and all of this comes from just wanting to do away with what President Trump did. It is ridiculous and petty, and pretty soon, hopefully, the American people wake up. Keep watching my videos, and I'll wake you up. So pay attention, people. Sleepy Joe does not care about you. He's more worried about helping China than he is helping the American people. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to check out my other videos on the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, and their role in coronavirus. So yeah, check out those videos, and thanks for watching.